So I have decided to vlog today just because I was supposed to go to work and the weather's so bad out right now that she just called me and said not to come. So I'm excited about that because I'm not feeling so good today. I was kind of hoping I wouldn't have to go in. So I just walked in. I got all the boys. We're happy mom's not leaving. So I guess I would kind of show you what I do on a day where I feel gross and I'm tired and I don't feel good. And we'll just see where today takes us. So this little guy gets very upset when I leave. So now he's been shaking a little bit the past few minutes, so I'm just holding him until he knows that I'm not leaving. But yeah, I guess I could take you through my morning routine, what I normally do. Usually wake up later in the day. I used to be an early riser, but my boyfriend is like a night owl, so it's kind of passed over to me. And I work evenings, so it works out well. But I usually get up in the morning or early afternoon, dishes, laundry if there is any, change the boys' litter box, walk this one, and feed the cats outside. We do have some wild cats that don't have homes, and in the wintertime it gets really cold outside, of course, and if they don't have food and water, they die. So I actually with my grandpa built a makeshift shelter that I found on YouTube, like how to do it, and it's super simple. Like I could show you guys that. And yeah, we just put food and water out, and it's kind of cool. You get to see all the. We have two that come. This little one is trying to knock my phone. But no, you can't keep that. You're wild. You're wild. Ouch. Claws. But yeah, that's my morning routine, and then if I have any time before I go to work, I do schoolwork online. I'm in college, but a lot of my classes are online. And then if I have free time, I kind of do whatever I feel like that day. I usually listen to Audible while I'm doing the cleaning and stuff, just because I love Audible and I love listening to books. It's way better for me personally than TV. I really enjoy it. And I can share with you some of my favorite authors. I'm really into post-apocalyptic books, and this one author I'm listening to, her books are amazing. I love them. So I can show you those. But yeah, that's what I'm currently just doing. He's chilling here. I got my comfy clothes on now, and yeah, I'm gonna just relax today. I'm really honestly looking forward to it. Sometimes you just have to kick back and take time to yourself. So that's what we're doing today.
Huh, monkey? Huh, that's what we're doing today. Yeah.
I love him. He's like so cute.
My goodness. My goodness. You're so cute. I love you. He's like, what is this, Mom, that you're putting in my face? Okay.
I realized how loud that jazz music was, so I'm turning that off. But I'm gonna give Smalls a bath because he smells. Not really a bath, but a wipe. If this little guy would leave him alone. Come here, buddy. He doesn't actually mind them. He's a good boy. It's funny that his name is Smalls. As you can see, he's a very, very big cat. The name came from, actually, we found him. He's only 6 months old, and he's huge. We think he must be a mix of like a larger breed cat. Oh. Come here, you. This is really hard. I need to get like a camera tripod for a phone. 'Cause my camera's old and it's not high quality anymore. So I'm like using my phone. Come here, you. Come here, you. Oh, captured. Okay. Alright. Thank you, Ed.
as you can see, this guy is big. I know you're very playful right now. I know, I'm just gonna clean your head. Yeah. Go to your ears. Yeah, we rub our ears done. Yeah. You're a good boy. You're doing good. You're stinky though. That's why you need a bath. Yeah. We found him 6 months ago, maybe a little over 6 months. Yeah, you stink, buddy. We found him at 6 weeks old. He was under our shed outside, and he had a cut on his eye, probably from an animal that was also living under the shed. But we ended up catching him. I ended up catching him, actually. And brought him inside and got him comfortable with us, and the rest was history. But he grew so fast. Like, my vet, who's also my great uncle, he said that he could get up to 20 pounds, which he kind of looks like he already is, and he's only 6 months. So I'm actually going to take him in to get weighed to make sure it's okay how big he is, because I try and monitor his diet, but he loves to eat, and they both love to eat the dog food and vice versa, so it's really hard to keep them separate while I'm at work and stuff. So we'll find out about that. But yeah, so I'll do a meet my animals video, because I love my animals and I want to show them off because I love them, and it'd be cool for you guys to like meet them. They all have different personalities and unique traits, and I just love them, so I will do that at some point in time. So that's it for right now. I just went to lay back and I like whacked my head on this thing, so hopefully that'll knock some sense into me. But so I thought that while it's like a lazy day, that I would take some time to I guess tell you a little about myself, just because I don't have very many videos on this channel yet, and it's kind of nice to know who you're watching, and see, it's fun to find things in common and stuff like that. So I thought I'd tell you a little bit. But I am 22 years old. I'm going to be 23 in March. I have a younger sister who doesn't live too far from me. She's probably, I'm closer with my sister now that we don't live together. We were the kind of siblings that did not get along. We're polar opposites, complete polar opposites, and when we were together, it was we never really got along too well. But now that we live separately, like, I'm always have her over and we get along really well, so it's kind of nice. My grandpa lives close as well. I visit him a lot. My grandma didn't pass away too long ago. It's been like a year and a half, which is crazy to me. But so I'm close with him. He raised me for much of my life, him and my grandma, so I'm very close with them. Aside from that, though, I'm not super close with much of my family, just because of the family dynamics that we grew up with. It's a little bit different, but my boyfriend and I, we have three cats technically. One is an outdoor cat, but and my dog Bubba. I'm in school full time. I'm graduating this year with a degree in applied sciences, basically individual studies, because I still don't know what the heck I'm doing, and I'm okay with that. And I work in the service industry. I have for 7 years, but my passion is in natural health. I love researching all the different forms of spirituality. It's fascinating to me, like, all the different beliefs and, like, I don't know, I wouldn't say theories, but different healing practices, different things like that are really fascinating to me. I like astrology is something I'm learning about more and more, specifically evolutionary astrology. Stephen Forrest is one of my favorite authors in that sense. Herbalism, I plan on getting my degree or certificate in herbalism once I can save enough money. Reiki, I have a lot of different, I've always loved crystals and stones since I was younger, and I have a really big collection. In my previous video you saw my room. It's actually my old room at my grandparents' house, which I do plan on transferring over to our apartment once we get our new apartment. But I have all my stones there for the most part. Let's see what else. Natural beauty. I've always made a lot of my own skincare. Just recently started trying more brands, but I've always really just made my own ever since I was young. It's been fun for me. Photography, art. I'm trying to get back into that more. Writing. I love writing. I love writing poetry. I actually do have a poetry page that I used kind of when I was going through a dark time, and also beginning a new relationship, and kind of healing through that. I wrote a lot. It's kind of darker poetry though, just because it was kind of my outlet for the abusive relationship I was in. It was kind of how I let out that emotion. So I do love writing. I love poetry. I have a lot of different favorite authors that I like to follow and see when they post new. It's always been fascinating to me how words can just draw that emotion from you. I love it. So those are just some of my interests. And I don't know. I like to consider myself. I'm gonna plug this in. Oop. Sorry guys. This is gonna be a very beginner video. Try again, because I gotta keep this going for it's dying. But yeah, I like to consider myself a very open and honest, understanding person. I grew up in a very conservative home, and I didn't like that mindset at all. I was kind of the black sheep of my family, to be honest. And I left that faith, and I left that mindset, and I really am proud of who I've become, because I didn't used to be open-minded. I didn't used to be understanding. I'm still learning how to be patient, because I can be impatient sometimes, but my boyfriend is very patient, and so like we learn from each other that way. I really am proud of how far I've come that way, because it wasn't easy when, you know, you're told to be a certain way, and when you stop being that way, it kind of is looked at like there's something wrong with you. But yeah, I'm trying to become a better person, and that's something I've always struggled with, because when I was younger, I was always told otherwise, kind of, and it was hard to get out of that mindset of feeling like bad or not worthy. And I've had a lot of stuff I've had to work through and try and grow from, and learn from, instead of let it sink me, and stop that like victim mindset, and instead like taking it and choosing differently for myself and for how I'm going to treat others. So that's kind of where I'm at now. I'm trying to be empowered, and I'm trying to be positive. So yeah, I'm proud of where I am. So yeah, and let's see. I can tell you about my, like I said, I want to make a Meet My Pets video, but I love animals. I've always loved animals when I was younger. Like, those were my favorite shows. Does anyone remember, like, Animal Miracles? It was on Animal Planet channel or whatever for a long time. I loved that. Just anything with animals I loved. And so now that I was able to, we do have 2 cats. One I rescued from a local sanctuary back end of November, like November 29th. I think I adopted him. And then Smalls, who's not very small, we found outside under our shed. And then Bubba I got, how old are you, Bubba? I got him a year last fall. So we didn't rescue him. I kind of fell in love with him, and I don't know how to explain it. Like, you have connections with people, but I think you also have connections with animals, and I knew just instantly that we were supposed to be together. Like, I was supposed to take care of him. And so here he is, and I love him to death. He is my whole heart. I love all my boys, and I'm very blessed to be where I'm at right now. I'm very thankful. So, trying to think. I don't know how much to share on here, but let's see. Well, I'll say this. I didn't have a very good relationship with my mother. She was very abusive, mentally ill, and still is. And I have chosen not to have her in my life anymore just because it was just a very toxic situation and dangerous, as it proved to be. So she's no longer in my life, and my father did pass away. It'll be 3 years in May. So I've always kind of struggled with abandonment, as I'm learning now, and I realize more and more like how hard it is for me to connect with people truly, like to let them in. I've never ever done that, let people really in, and because I guess I was afraid to, because as soon as I would, like, I would assume like maybe I had those childhood memories of, you know, it never being a stable thing, whether the parent was there or not there, and whether they were going to hurt you or whether they were going to take care of you. So that does kind of mess with the child. I've read a couple books on it, actually. Let me look at the book name because it's a very good book and I recommend it. One book is called Healing Your Attachment Wounds by Diane something, and then Attached by Amir Levine. Healing Your Attachment Wounds, it's definitely by Diane something. They're both on Audible. That's how I read books now, is Audible, because I'm always on the move, and honestly, like, I've noticed as time has gone on in my life, it's hard for me to focus on reading. I'll try and read a book and my mind's like boop boop. I really do believe I might have ADD or ADHD, because I can't focus very well, and I'm always jumping from one thing to another. My mind's like, so I've always kind of felt that way, but I've never like pursued it or gone to a doctor, so don't come for me, but it's just kind of how I feel sometimes with my brain. So I listen to books. Like, it always helps me to focus if I'm listening to something, either to like draw or do something with my hands while I'm listening, or just do something, and it helps me focus and listen. So those are the 2 books. I highly recommend it. They were really eye-opening for me. And also, I'm currently reading a book on codependency. Ooh, you guys are just so crazy. Okay, so I guess they're gonna hang out there. Which is also something I've struggled with, not in every way and symptom of it now that I'm looking into it, but it's more like I've always been like a people pleaser, because as a child, as long as I could keep everyone happy, especially with my mom, like walking on eggshells, as long as she was happy, she wouldn't hurt me or yell at me or scream at me and whatever. So it's kind of, I
feel like probably where that developed from, where now I'm always like people pleasing, and I like hyper focus on what people may think of me, and I don't want to be like that anymore. So I'm reading into it and learning how to not be like that, because it's exhausting. Hey, you are wild. Please don't eat that charger. No. Hey. Okay, so when they get wild, this thing is amazing. It's a laser light from As Seen on TV. It had a remote control mouse, but that broke, so this thing like, hey, look at this. Okay. Yeah, so that's kind of why I majored in psychology in school, because that was like something I really wanted to understand, was how the mind works, why people are the way they are, how they can like fix it, how they can like heal those parts of themselves, like, because that's what I'm trying to kind of do with myself, and it's just fascinating to me, just figuring out why people are the way they are. Like, that's what I want to know. And I don't know, it's just cool to me. So anyways, that's a little bit about myself. I am excited with this channel. It's just a chance for me to kind of be open and honest and have fun, hopefully with no judgment, but honestly that's kind of what I'm trying to just overcome, is that fear of judgment. And so I'm just allowing myself to be expressive in how I am. I'm actually very goofy, but I don't like express that until like I really know someone. So I don't know, I just want to be able to be myself and that be okay. So this is kind of that channel where I'm figuring out what I want to do with it, but at the same time just being myself and learning to love that. So thank you for being on that journey with me, and hopefully we will. I'm sorry, I'm just so, look how cute they are. I can't. But okay, so that's it for now. I realize that this video is almost 25 minutes long, which is kind of crazy long for a vlog, so I'm gonna cut it short just because I am exhausted. I'm gonna probably take a nap, and I don't know, I might pick up when I wake up, or I know I'm going to be making an amazing video on the best pancake recipe ever. It's Whole30, or is that how you say it? Whole30. It's flour free pancakes, and it's vegetarian. It's not vegan because it does have eggs in it, but it's super amazing recipe. It's so freaking easy to make. You throw all the stuff in the blender, you blend it up, and then it cooks good. It holds together good, and honestly I don't worry about how much I eat because I know that the ingredients are whole foods and it's not really anything processed at all. So I will be making that today, and I'm going to record that and post the recipe up here later. So stay tuned. Chocolate chip, amazing Whole30 pancakes. And yeah, it's starting to snow a little bit more out there again. I'm going to take a nap. We're all going to take a nap actually. Everyone's winding down here. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'm sorry if I talked a lot. I guess it was kind of a getting to know me vlog and just talking vlog. So sorry guys. I promise they won't all be like that. But they will all have my dog in them because I really am obsessed with him. Okay. Alright, bye.